Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Welcome back to Ford Field in Detroit. The excitement had been building for this Lions team already, and then they go and knock off the Chiefs in Kansas City, and it's even bigger and better, right, Aaron Andrews?
Wow, and you know, after that win, Kev, it was Dan Campbell who made the bold statement saying KC was loud, it's going to be louder in Detroit. He said, we have that fan support, and they are just dying for a winner here. You want proof of that? This is the first time in Ford Field history that season tickets have sold out. For this game, the Lions offered up 1,200 to 1,500 standing room tickets only. They're gone. How about the fact they opened up the gates 30 minutes early to get everyone inside? Greg mentioned it, Dan Campbell saying, we're not going to run, we're not going to hide from this. We are going to live in it. We are going to embrace it. Greg, I hope you have both of your IFBs in. This puppy is going to be loud today.
They're starving for a winner here in this city. It's a fan base that's been waiting so long. And their home opener against a really good Seahawks team coming off a tough week last week. Detroit won the toss. They decided to defer. Here we go. And Seattle will start on the 25. As we go downstairs to Tom Rinaldi, Seahawks looking for a little emotion here, aren't they, Tom?
Well, KB, you referenced it. After a very disappointing Week 1 loss, the message for Week 2, that came from leader and linebacker Bobby Wagner, who gathered the team around him Wednesday at practice, stopped down, and demanded more energy, more urgency, and less self-pity and moping around. As one player said, the message was blunt. Wagner said, we got punched in the mouth. What are we going to do about it? It's a long season. We're a good team. We're going to have to show it and take that message well, guys, in a very raucous Ford Field, as EA said. Wow, it's loud.
Marissa Thompson.
Thank you so much, Kevin. You guys saw the Bears last week in a losing effort to the Packers, trying to get back on track today. This helps. Justin Fields takes it himself around the end for the 1-yard score. Bears leading 7-3 on the road over Tampa. Kev?
Yeah, I think when in doubt, just let Justin Fields run. A lot of great faces for the Lions. It's been a long time since this team has had a run of success, and they are fired up in this town for it. Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, some of the greats are here today to watch. And you see what they have done going back to last year. They're 9-2 their last 11 games. They start this season by going to Kansas City and knocking off the Super Bowl champs. And a 7-7 game here, final minute of this first quarter, their home opener. Great first quarter here in Detroit. Jared Goff on fire. 5 of 5, 74 yards and a touchdown. And these Lions trying to start the season 2-0. We start the second, their football. And a 7-7 game. Really fun first quarter. Well, look, Ben Johnson had a chance to get head coaching jobs in the offseason. He turned him down. And what he's done has been amazing. He's a walk-on quarterback in North Carolina. Smart, obviously. Math degree, computer science. Was with the Dolphins for a while. Remember, you go down there, Dan Campbell was the interim head coach for 1 year down there. And you look at what they did last year as an offense. I mean, they're top 10 in points, yards per game, you name it. And they were explosive. He did so many great things with this team. And now the Lions are certainly happy that he stayed.
Week 2 continues later today on Fox and CBS, followed by Sunday Night Football as the Dolphins face the Patriots on NBC, and concludes tomorrow night with Saints-Panthers on ESPN and Browns-Steelers on ABC. Then Week 3 kicks off with Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
St. Brown, I don't think most realize just how good he is. You're talking about the most receptions in Lions history. I mean, look at the greats on this board. Herman Moore, Calvin Johnson, the Hall of Famer. There's Amon-Ra with 106 last year. As a matter of fact, he's tied for the most receptions in the first 2 seasons all time. Michael Thomas, Justin Jefferson in the history of the league. Marissa.
Thank you, Kevin. So the Packers down some key guys today. No Aaron Jones, no Christian Watson, no problem. Jaden Reed with the shovel pass from Jordan Love. This is Reed's first career touchdown. Packers leading 7-3 over the Falcons.
Yeah,
Hey guys, I'm up here. Coming up on the Verizon halftime show, the gang and I will have highlights from around the league, including KC at Jacksonville and Baltimore at Cincinnati. We'll see you at the half.
I'm curious if that's the prime blimp. You know, Gronk was in Boulder yesterday. Now he's going to be in the studio with the guys. Look forward to that. So, and this is going to be the end of the half. My goodness, I thought he was going to score for a minute. He was in stride, but then lost the ball, and Seattle picks it up, and that's the end of the first half. Wild. And a good one. First half stats are brought to you by State Farm. And this Lions offense, really, really good. You look at the game that Jared Goff had. Seattle's had some opportunities here that they've missed. They actually have more time of possession-wise. They hadn't had a chance to get the run game going. But the score is what matters at the break. It's 14-7 Lions with the lead as we go to Kurt Menefee in L.A. The Verizon Halftime Show starts now. Today's game flow brought to you by Progressive. A lot of action in that first half. Lions 14, Seahawks 7. And so, Greg, you look at, from a wide lens here. Both quarterbacks played really, really well. Both offenses moved the ball. Seattle didn't finish. They left some meat on the bone there.
And I think that's really the biggest difference in the half. I think Geno Smith has played well. He's been highly efficient. I think his two backup tackles, for the most part, have done a nice job protecting him in passing situations against this Lions front. But it's their inability to get the ball in the end zone. They missed 2 field goals because they settle. We saw it last year. This was a highly prolific offense in touchdowns and scoring, but they don't finish drives inside the red zone. That's going to have to improve, especially if they want to keep pace for a Lions offense that's played at a really high level so far.
One thing of note, DK Metcalf, and we saw him go out for a little bit with an injury, but then came back in. But just 2 targets, and he lit up this team last year when they played here in Detroit.
Yeah, I think we're going to see DK. I think we're going to see Tyler Lockett. I think they got to continue to find ways to get the tight ends involved. We saw Noah Fant have a nice explosive play in the first half. The passing game is what's going to win this if Seattle can come back. The rush game has had very little to work with. So this passing game, these playmakers are going to have to help Geno Smith if they want to keep pace with this Lions offense.
Yeah, I think the positive news, if you're a Seahawks fan, you come off that game last week in the second half where they had 12 yards. So they're moving the ball, but not scoring enough. So 14-7, Lions will open with the ball. See both teams score on the opening drive, and both quarterbacks really played well, Goff and Geno Smith. But as Greg noted, Jason Myers, normally so reliable, 2 field goal misses. Missed 3 all last year. That's the story so far. It's been a fun atmosphere. I mean, this place was, really the whole weekend, this city and the surrounding area, just so excited about the Lions.
Coming out of halftime last weekend in their Week 1 matchup against the Rams, this is where Seattle kind of fell off a cliff. They had a very uninspired second half. Let's see if they make that correction here. Defense needs to come out and get a big stop. Give a chance for their offense to go back and tie this thing up.
Let's go downstairs to Tom.
Well, guys, talking to Pete Carroll, almost like he heard you, said he was very pleased with the fact that they're moving the ball up and down the field. Not pleased with the fact that they haven't been able to finish drives and get more points on the board. He said he is happy with the play of those tackles, which were going to be such a big question heading into this one. Wants to see them run the ball more effectively. In terms of Myers, he knows that he can make those kicks. He said we're going to stick with him. They're really important. We need to get production right now. This quarter is vital. Guys?
First they'll need it from their D, and that's a pretty good start. Ball is loose on the ground, and I think Seattle's got it. Downstairs we go to EA.
Well, remember when we spoke to Dan Campbell this week, he said, I need a fast start. He didn't love the way it started off in the first half, and woof, I can't imagine he liked the way it started off in the second. Let's talk about his defense. He said, Seattle's offense gave us a million chances to get them off the field, and we couldn't do it. We have to capitalize on that here in the second half. I'd love to see more turnovers created, and let's continue to try to stop the run. He's loved the way his quarterback plays, but he said we have to run the ball better. He also mentioned, guys, we don't want to get in a dogfight with Seattle because they are hard to beat off. Well, guess what? We're in one.
Yeah, you said it. Sure are. All time. One of the absolute all-time greats, the Hall of Famer Barry Sanders, one of, if not the most electrifying players in league history. He left many in the dust, many on the highlight reel in his wake of Sanders' 10-time Pro Bowl selection And there he is here in the Lions Hall of Fame, here from 89 to 98. Think about that. Here from 10 years, and he's the Pro Bowler every single year. And of course, it left everyone wanting more, right? Like more. And Barry, just incredible. They put up a statue for him outside the stadium yesterday. DJ Dallas up across the 30 and a nice little return. So this is the first statue for any Lions player here at Ford Field, and here it was yesterday. That is it. Oh, that's great looking. And that's about right? That pose, that's where the defender goes in his wake to the right or to the left at that particular moment?
Absolutely. They used to try to teach that to us as kids, and nobody could do it.
Yeah, look at this is Barry a little bit earlier in the game. Of course, beloved here. And just an incredible player. It's pretty good when you roll out Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson on the field for your home opener, right?
Thank you so much, Kevin. Packers leading 10-9 over Atlanta, and Jordan Love finds fifth-round rookie Dontavian Wicks for this 32-yard touchdown, first of his career. Packers now up 17-9. Yep.
The Packers receivers should all wear name tags because they're being introduced to America. They're all kids, and they're winning. See ya. Ted, can we just make this like a yearly game? Because it's maybe not geographically or division-wise a rivalry, but it's fun.
4-point game at the start of the fourth quarter in Detroit. Energy and intensity is what Pete Carroll called for. 72 years old. Don't know what gets more of a workout, guys. His legs jumping up and down on that jaw, chomping on that gum. But there's no question. We spoke to Carroll this week. He said it has to start with him. He's got to model the behavior and passion and intensity he wants his team to deliver, particularly after what happened in the second half a week ago. With the game in the balance, we'll see how the Seahawks execute. We got a good one, guys.
Yeah, Tom, the answer is the jaw, by the way, no matter how much Pete jumps around. Think about these quarterbacks. I want to talk about resiliency. Geno Smith, comeback player of the year last year. Jared Goff, cast away for the Rams, and now has become the guy here in Detroit. They are both playing great here today. It sets up what should be a heck of a finish. You think about what Jared Goff has become here in Detroit. I know he took the Rams to a Super Bowl, but everyone just kind of assumed that was kind of a throw-in with the Matthew Stafford trade. And Campbell told us this week when we met with him, we put a lot on his plate. We forced it on him, kept forcing it on him, and because of that, he's had to grow. They gave it all to him, said, here you go, and he's taking control of the whole offense.
And I give him a lot of credit, not only to Dan Campbell for recognizing that that was the best way to develop Jared, but I also give credit to Goff. I mean, he's a guy that had a lot of success, but was open-minded to the coaching.
Hey, next Sunday, big doubleheader on Fox. Derek Carr and the Saints take on Jordan Love and the Packers, or other regional action. Then, America's Game of the Week, Justin Fields and the Bears battling Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. We'll be in Kansas City. Some will see the Cowboys and Cardinals, all on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Today, back to a three-point game with 3:08 to go and a drive that they didn't have Amon-Ra St. Brown or David Montgomery. Laporta, the young tight end, was just terrific on that drive. And now we're going to find out something about the defense for Detroit. Right here in Seattle, they're trying to win on the road, get their first win. And we said, well, what are the Lions made of here? Going to find out. Got to get a stop, otherwise Seattle's going to take it.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, their defense now has to do what their offense just did, which was answer the bell. I mean, how impressive by Jared Goff. Come out after throwing a pick six. Your streak ends. Lots been made about that. You're missing your arguably your best two weapons.
Yeah.
Right? Amon-Ra St. Brown out for cramping. Montgomery, we saw him get carted off. He relies on the rookie tight end, Laporta. Then the big touchdown there to Josh Reynolds, as you said, his former teammate. Pretty impressive job there by this Lions offense.
Oh, with a win over the Bears, this has been an absolute thriller. I mean, we can't even put up enough numbers. Both quarterbacks have been incredible. Seattle's defense has come alive in the second half, including a pick six by Trey Brown. But the Lions were down by 10 in the fourth quarter and tied it at the end of regulation. That's why we're in overtime. And now, big concern is Aiden Hutchinson, who is the injured Lion on this play.
No, it's over! The Seahawks win it!
Tyler Lockett with the walk-off.
Wow. Great job by Tyler Lockett. getting the ball extended. You see Detroit, they're hoping for a miracle here. But I think he clearly gets the ball inside the pylon. We'll get a good look here. Let's see here, he's obviously in. Oh yeah, that's a touchdown. Walk-off win, Seattle.
What a game. What a game. I mean, each team just back and forth. And after Geno Smith lost 17 to give Detroit a chance, he takes this team down the field to an impressive overtime victory. Here's the route.
Just, he comes in on a little swirl, and then he just breaks it back out. But I'll tell you what, I think there's going to be a lot of Lions fans talking all week. I think Aiden Hutchinson gets held here. I mean, he's hogtied around his neck. That allows Geno Smith to break the pocket. I understand letting him play critical down. You'd hate to see a penalty change it. I think Geno Smith earned that drive. But I know if you're a Lions fan, you're going to be looking at this replay all week. But Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, every time he needed a play, it was Tyler Lockett.
What a game. Let's go downstairs to Aaron.
Well, Geno just walked over to me. You look calm, cool, and collected, but you said you got to catch your breath, right?
Yeah, that was a great game, man. Great game. Hats off to the Detroit Lions. They got a great team, but we fought hard. We needed this one.
Yeah, you certainly did. Can we talk about the way the game ended in regulation? I mean, a critical loss there, 17 yards. You come back, you face the Lions defense. I just need to know your mindset as you're leading your team down the field.
Next play mindset. Obviously, you don't want to finish the game, end the regulation like that. But Drew went out there, won the coin toss for us, gave us the ball. The game was in our hands. We had to go do what we had to do.
Hey, quickly, you said you got to match their intensity. What was it like playing in this with this crowd?
Man, we made it feel like it was nothing. Hats off to my O-line. They played a hell of a game. 2 tackles stepped up, played a hell of a game. Coach Waldron called a hell of a game, man. We came out, we needed this win, we got it done.
Congrats, Geno. Thanks so much.
Thank you.